Hey everybody, it's Doug here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my continued playthrough of the awesome game by Flying Frog Productions called Fortune and Glory. This is by far one of my favorites of my old-time games. It never leaves my collection, and it's also quite hard to find. So this is a great opportunity to show off the game, and if you do decide you like it, I sure hope you can find it, because it is really solid and a lot of fun. Though it is, like most Flying Frog games, a little quirky and a little fiddly, which means I'm going to make some mistakes as we go along the way, and I know you're all along the ride to help me correct them, which is awesome, because I do have one I need to correct. I'm going to get into that right now, and then we'll get started with the gameplay. I'm going to dive right in. I'm not going to do any further explanation. I will say that our first turn was not hugely eventful. We're traveling, trying to get our characters to our various locations. Someone did say I could have traveled, but it's too late to deal with that now. I'm not going to worry about it now. But good news is that we're getting there and we're having a lot of fun. I think I could have traveled by coming this way and over to here because it's a big ocean space in this western South Pacific. But never mind that. It's already done. However, the error that I made was with this guy here, and he that is Jake Zane, and he encountered as he was stowing away on a cargo ship, whatever, across the North Atlantic. He encountered a vile snake that attacked him on the ship, and he escaped it. I didn't do the escape rules quite right. I will get it right as I go along. It's been a while and a bit rusty on the game, so please forgive me for that. If I do another escape test, I will try and make sure I get that right. Other than that, let's get ready. We're just going to dive right in, and we're first going to roll for initiative and then movement. And how I'm going to do that is that I have a bunch of dice, and I'm going to roll for each one. Green will be for each of the three characters. Green will be movement, white will be initiative. And that will allow me to just roll 2 dice and put them on each of their boards, and I'll know what they're doing. Okay, so let's start now with Jake Zane. I think, let's just make sure I want to get everything right. We're going to roll our initiative phase. I don't know if it matters. I'll just roll green dice for initiative, white dice for something else. So, for movement. Basically, we're trying to get to a few items. Mainly, our girl, Angel Espinoza, is trying to get to the Mask of Osiris, which is in the Devil's Reach, in the very southern tip of South America. And then our guy, Jake, he is trying to get to, I believe, the Cup of the Sacred Stone, which is in the British Isles. And our guy, Grant, has not decided to go anywhere yet. He stayed in port, had a port encounter, and actually he did something really cool. He found a ship came into harbor, and he was able to steal a temple treasure off it, or let's say recover a temple treasure off it and try and save it. Now he has to cash it in, but I want to get him into a major city before we do that. Cashing this token in will give him 3 glory or 3 fortune, but I can get it to a major city. It'll give him 4, and I think that's a better way to go. So hopefully we can get him there without some villain or something taking it from him. All right, so let's start with our dice rolls. First, I'm going to roll a die for Jake Zane on his initiative. He rolled a 6, so I'm going to assume he's going first. This will be for Angel. She rolled a 4. Likely she's going second. That Doc was on there. Okay. And lastly, we got Grant Jackson. He rolled a 6 too. We got a roll off. Okay. This is going to be for Jake. He rolled a 4 and a 4. Okay. Here we go. A 4 and a 3. Okay. So Jake is going to go first, followed by Grant, and then by Angel. I'm just going to say, I'm going to put Jake at a 6 and Grant at a 5, just so I don't forget who's going first. That was the crazy initiative phase. A lot more action-packed than it normally is. But now we're going to go on to our movement phase. And first up, we're going to have everybody move. It's the same kind of process. So we'll just roll the same die for Jake. He's going to move first. and he is up near the British Isles. He's not going to go far, so hopefully he doesn't roll badly. He rolled a 2. I think that's going to be enough. Yeah, he doesn't need to go to the city yet, so he's going to the British Isles, where he's going to try and capture the Cup of the Sacred Stone before the dreaded Order of the Crimson Hand can get to it. Now, the Order of the Crimson Hand does have 2 villains out on the board. One is with the Dagger of the Golden Sun up there in, I think it's Eastern Europe, and that is the foul villain known as the Inquisitor. And then down in Latin America, South America rather, we have the what's her name, Angelica Hamilton. She is trying to gather up the Mask of Osiris, where we're going to head to and try and take that from her. So we were able to move Jake over there, so we're going to pick a die and roll it for Angel. She's going to move. Now, again, how this works is we're going to do our initiative phase, then we're going to move, and we roll a d6. If we roll a 1, we might be able to get a cool event card. So let's roll for Angel. We roll it. Go figure. We rolled a 1. Luckily, that's all she needed. She's right here, so she's just going to move in here with the villain. Now that's going to cause a whole bunch of other stuff, but she also gets to draw this. If I could just reach it, play to immediately take an ally or gear card from the discard pile, or you can choose an unsold common item and roll a d6. Take that item if the roll is equal to or greater than the listed cost. We're just going to hold on to that for a moment, even though gear and items is very useful. Okay, and then last but not least, we got to roll for Grant. He's going to try and get somewhere useful, because he's kind of out in the middle of nowhere right now in South Africa. He rolled a 5. That's pretty good. Where does he want to go with that? He could go over, he could make it all the way over to help out our friend Angel. That might be actually a good thing, since there is a villain there, and they are going to race. I don't think that's worth it. Actually, the Mask of Osiris requires 6 successes. Okay, I think what we're going to do there is he is going to use his 5 movement to go 2 to, he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over to here. Now he is going to join our ally Angel in gathering up that artifact. Now I do believe, I'm going to have to refresh myself on the rules here as we get into the adventure phase. I do believe that we are going to have to make a sneak roll to get past the villain first before we can do anything with the adventure. I'm going to look that up. It's been a while. I'm a little rusty, but I will look it up. However, before we do that, as we get onto our adventure phase, we are going to have Jake Zane. He is already at the Cup of the Sacred Stone. It has no special abilities. Here, I'll just show you what it looks like right here. This is the Cup of the Sacred Stone. And it's just, it needs 3, we need to complete 3 adventures, and it'll give us 4, perhaps 5. If we go to a major city, which we're near one, Fortune, which is pretty cool. So let's get on with that and see what we can do with Jake Zane up in the British Isles. Okay, I'm sure you see this big, giant deck of cards. I want to give it a bit more of a shuffle, though it is well shuffled, I'm sure. And then we are going to draw from it from the bottom of the deck, and each one of these is going to end up being an adventure that we have to face. We'll take a look at these and have a lot of fun with Jake, see if he can manage to pull it off. So I'm going to put this by his character sheet, and we're going to go down and take a look and see if he can survive his adventures in trying to get the Cup of the Sacred Stone. Which, by the way, means that we have moved on to our adventure phase. We already did that. And now, if we had somebody in a cliffhanger, they would not move. So we got to remember that as well. But we're going to do this adventure phase, starting with the first player, which is Jake. Everybody's going to have an adventure phase this turn, but we're going to start with him. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the first one from here. It says Occupied Territory. Danger, Nazi. That does not help us. He does not have any special abilities against that. Let's see what it says here. It says, man, the print on here is too small for my old eyes, guys. Nazis, when did they get here? Sneak out the back. Hold on, I got it. Hold on just a sec. I'm about to cry, but I needed my reading glasses. That's too small for me, guys. All right, let me just read that again. Okay, that's much, much better. Sneak out the back, find another way out, or let them know how you feel about the about fascism. Well, I think he would like to let him know how he feels about fascism, but not in a fight when he's wounded with Nazis. So let me see. We can do an agility 6 test. He only needs 1 success. His agility is 4. We can do a cunning. He needs a 5. Okay, well, we don't want to end up in a cliffhanger right off the bat now, do we? That would absolutely suck. So let me think. Okay, let's give it a shot. We need a 6, but we got 4 dice to do it on. I checked his abilities. Not going to help us at all. We just need to get a little lucky. Oh, we did. All right, we rolled a 6 on that, so we have passed this adventure. Now, what does that do for us? Well, you see this beautiful glory marker. Now, we don't get these yet. We have to complete the quest, right? But we did succeed in getting one of the dangers completed. We'll put that right there on the edge of his card as we discard this one and go to the next one. And we're going to also place 3 glory right over by his board. Here we go. This is the 3 glory from that. And again, he hasn't earned that yet. He's either got to camp down, which is not something I do very often in this game, or complete the quest, or get KO'd. If he gets KO'd, he loses it. Let's draw the next one and see what we get. Stowaway on a cargo ship. So after evading the Nazis, he's stowed away on a cargo ship that's going to take him around the peninsula of South America to get where he needs to go. And I need my glasses every time I read one of these cards. That's just awful. But it is what it is. Okay, so let's do this now. Okay, here we go. Wait until no one is looking and slip by in the shadows. Or disguise yourself as a dock worker to get on board and hope they don't ask questions. Well, obviously, I mean, we can do this for, I think, I hate to say it, but I think the cunning 5 might be a better option for us. I have 4 dice, but I'd have to get 4 successes. Well, you know what? This is so much easier. I think we have to do that because we have an agility of 4, right? So we're going to have to do that. Remember, you can keep rolling as long as you succeed. And we're going to need 4 successes. So let's do that. So we stowed away on board this ship. And let's see what we get. Well, oh, gosh, we got 1 success. So we will get some, I don't have enough markers out. Hold on. Okay, we got 1 success we get to throw on there. Now we get to keep rolling, get to keep pushing ahead. As long as we can get a success, we get to keep on going. So what do we get now? Oh, we got 2. Oh, that's it. We did it in the next roll. Boom. We needed 4 successes. We had 1 and we got 3, so we get to go. Boop. We completed our second adventure of 3. And that means 3 more glory goes into the pile. That is awesome. Okay, here's our 3 glory for that next adventure, but we're not done yet. So let's pull this over. I'm going to get our next card out. What do we get? A crumbling ruin. So we came off this, we stowed away on the ship. It took us to the ruins where the actual artifact is. We're so close to getting it in the British Isles. I sit around the peninsula there, but we're actually in the British Isles. And this one's really low too. It just says agility or cunning 4. So we're going to do agility again for sure. And it says the ancient ruin is falling apart around you as you pick your way through the crumbling architecture. So we're going to have to make a bunch of successes here. Again, we need 4. It's only worth 2 glory, but if we get this, we have successfully gathered up the cup of the sacred stone. So let's see what we get. Oh, only 1. Man, I'm just cutting it close every time. So there's 1. We need to get 2 more. We need 3 successes in total. Let's see what we get here. And there we go. We succeeded. Boom. We collected our very first artifact. That is awesome. So the cup of the sacred stone is ours. And then we're going to discard the cards that we did the adventures with. They may come up again. They may not sometime. Now, here's the thing. With the cup, we have to get to a major city, which we're right next to London. So we're going to head there. It's a major city. We can sell this for 5. That's going to get us pretty far along because, heck, we haven't even had the enemies do anything useful yet. They're going to get really nasty on us, but that was a lucky stroke there. So good job, Jake. And he does not get to heal these wounds. He only gets to heal them if he camps down. So he's still got his 2 wounds on him, and we can remove these successes. We don't need them there anymore. And I may not be using the tokens the exact right way, but you get the idea, right? So we completed our first adventure. That's pretty exciting stuff. I'm really thrilled about it. And now we're going to go on to the bigger one with our other characters. This could be really interesting. We'll have to see how this turns out. Now, again, we're going to replace that, but not until such time as the end phase, which says replace artifacts. There's a reason why it's done at the end. It's important to keep that in mind. All right, well, now we got the whole deal of trying to get by the villain of Angelica and see what we can get done there. All right, y'all, here we are with Angel Espinosa and Grant Jackson. They are at the temple or the Mask of Osiris. They're searching for it there, and they have run afoul of the villainous Angelica Hamilton. What's important for this is a couple of things we're going to do. So first off, for them to be able to engage in this adventure, they have to both sneak past Angelica Hamilton. Now to do that, we're going to roll search dice, and we have to pick a number. So she's got a search dice of 4. She's also vindictive. Heroes in her space treat all tests as deadly. That's really rough. That's one of the reasons I thought I'd bring both these folks here, because it gives us a better chance to try and overcome all these 6 objectives there. We probably should just left this alone and let her have it. Now I'm thinking about it, but we didn't. So here we are. I'm going to put this right out here just so we have them keep it in our minds. And we are going to roll 4 dice. And I have to pick a number. And this is a test for both of them. Both characters pick a number. They can pick the same number. And then we go to a challenge, right? We try to attempt our first challenge. So I think we'll pick a 1. Now for every number I roll like this, I have to do a fight round with her. So we could end up like knocking ourselves out right away before we could do our tests, right? So let's see. I think I'll pick a 6. Oh, are you kidding me? 2 6s? Are you really? Seriously? So they're both going to have to do 2 separate fight rounds with her. That is insane. Okay, well, my luck is already starting to show in this game. Wow. So, okay, first off, I guess we'll do the 2 fight rounds for Angel since she was first. She has a combat of 4, and so does... I mean, it really doesn't matter. I guess it does. We could knock her out. So, yeah, we're going to do 2 fight rounds. There's 1, 2... we'll take 4 white dice for Angelica and 4 green dice for Angel. If I can keep them in my hand at all, throw them over the table. Here we go. And let's see how well these do. Number 4, 5s, and 6s hit. So, of course, well, we did good, actually. We hit 2 wounds on her, and she got 3 wounds on us. Oh, that's rough. Now, Angel does have 1 defense. That is helpful, and I am not as organized with this as I normally am, and I keep having to go to different places to get stuff. I normally have everything right around me. Anyway, that is going to mark 2 wounds, rather, on Angel. So she takes 2 wounds in her first fight round, and another 2 wounds are going to our villain. And now she has defense of 1, so it's only going to be 1 wound. So she's 2 over 4 right now. So we could actually potentially knock her out. How cool would that be? I gotta go find a die. Okay, die recovered. We're in good shape here. Okay, now we're going to roll those dice again. 4 white for the villain and 4 green for us. And we could knock her out. We could also lose Angel. So hopefully we don't. This is the next fight round. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's these dice, not this one. Wow, 3 more hits. That's going to be 2 more hits on Angel, which is not enough to knock her down. That is great. We're at 4. So Angel's got... This is not... We haven't even done our first test yet, y'all. So there we go. 2 there. Maybe we get to knock the villain out. That would be the ideal scenario here, right? And we did 3. So actually we did. We KO'd the villain. Boom. She takes 2 more. She's got a defense of 1. She takes 2 more. That is going to KO our femme fatale, Angelica Hamilton. I think that's about the best solution we could have had. So she is going to come off the board. And now we don't have to worry about sneaking past her anymore. Not that that's great. And she goes in a KO'd state. So it's going to be a couple turns before she comes back out to deal with stuff. Man, wow, that was really quite rough, though, actually. And I'm going to double check it so I make sure I'm not cheating. I'm pretty sure I can knock her out this way. Let me see. Yeah. For each die, rolls of the heroes. Okay, looking at sneak tests here. Okay, sneak tests. I just again double checking. Heroes may all choose the same number. For each die, for each die that rolls a hero's chosen number, the hero must fight around against the villain. But it doesn't say you can't KO the villain this way. So I think we did it right. And we were lucky enough to knock her out, but it sure hurt and Angel Espinosa. Regardless of that, now we get to go on our first adventure. So we're going to get out the big deck. It's right here. And we'll look at our first adventure. I'm going to put it down right there. It says, there's a horse chase. So after we knocked the villain out, a bunch of enemies came chasing after us on a horse. Let's take a closer look at that. Okay, so we got Angel, who's pretty messed up, and Grant, who's not. And we have this horse chase. It says, you'll have to ride faster if you want to catch up to the speeding track. Okay, so this reminds me of a scenario like Indiana Jones chasing after the tanks. But we have two things. We can make an agility test of 2 with a 5+, or a cunning test with a 4+. We need 3. Let me see. Well, actually, Angel has a cunning of 3. We could get 3 successes. That would make an easier test. And for some reason, I thought she had a bonus. Let's look at, see. This is Danger Animal Chase. Nope. So we got Workshop and Expert Mechanic. That's not too helpful for us. So let's first do this. We are going to use Angel Espinosa to do this test. She's going to have 3 dice. And now, when you're doing a test with 2 heroes, you get to choose which ones go on the adventure. But we still need 6 successes here. This is going to be a beefy thing right here. Okay, so we got 4. We got 2 right there. That is fantastic. So I'm going to just mark here that we got 2 against this test right now. And then she gets to roll again. She needs 1 more. I think we can do that. And we did. So we get to mark 1 of these. We have succeeded 1 success on this adventure. I'll just put this right here for now. And that is going to give her 2 glory. So we'll put this right above Angel's spot. And then we're going to dump this and go to the next challenge that we have. We get our big challenge deck out and see where we go. Now, again, we need 6 such successes. We have 1. So we are not alone. It just says danger. Glory 2. Something's coming. Find a place to hide and stay quiet. Or confront the new threat head on. Well, we're not going to confront any threats. We don't like fighting if we can avoid it. So let's see. What can we do here? We have 3 options. Oh no, this is a and option. So we have to either get a cunning 4 and an agility 4. We need 2 successes. I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna have to use Angel again because she's a 3 and 3 on both, and Grant is a 2 and 3, and so that's not Grant's the fighter. That's what he really does best. So I think we're going to go back to Angel Espinosa. We're going to choose. Now, I can break that up, too. So maybe I'd have... It doesn't really matter. He's got 3, but just so he can get some more glory. Well... no, we'll have Angel do both. We'll have Angel do both. She has a 3 and a 3. Now, let me see. Can he do anything here? Rough and Tumble has an adventure. No, we are in a mountain space, so that doesn't help us. I was looking at the Rough and Tumble thing, but nope. No bueno there, so we're just going to go with a good old Angel. She's been successful for us. There's 2 successes. That is good news. I'll take them. 2 successes so far. So we have passed the first test, the cunning test. Now we have to pass the agility test. We need 3 successes there. There's 1, so we get to roll again, so I'll just take that off. We don't need to worry about that right now. Let me see. 2 and 3. There we go. So we passed this one as well. They're not high in glory. There's only 2 glory for this one. But it does give us our second of 6 successes. Now, question is, do we keep going? Heck yeah, we keep going. We haven't done anything worthwhile yet. So let's pull our next one. It says, buried tomb. We found the buried tomb on our search for the Mask of Osiris. It's buried deep in the South American jungle, and we're having a hard time finding it. It says, the ancient tomb lays half buried in the desert sands. You'll have to decipher the markings to open the chamber doors. Well, this looks like, so this is definitely going to be a Grant thing, because he has a lore of 3. Now, he doesn't get any bonuses with that, but he does have the lore of 3. So I think he's going to do this one. Okay, so I think we are definitely going to use Grant for this. It's going to be Grant's first test. Grant, make us proud. We need 1 5. He's got to get, well, we need 2 successes with 5s. We've got to roll 5s. He's got a lore of 3, so come on. Oh my gosh, 2 in the first. Oh, that is awesome. So that was going to do 3. Oh man, that looks like my... Oh, this is going to be one of those weeks for me, y'all. I'll tell you right now, my gardener's here, so I'm going to have to pause the filling for a little bit, and I would love to get a single Glory out of the bin. So it's going to be 3 Glory for this one. 3 more Glory. God, it's starting to pile up. I almost want to camp down. And another success. We're halfway there, y'all. Halfway there to defeating this location. If we camp down now, we can keep our successes. We don't lose anything. I mean, we do get to keep our successes, but we'd lose all that Glory. Do we keep going? We're getting riskier and riskier as we go. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. One more before we have to decide. Occupied territory. Well, we've seen this one before. Nazis, where did they come from? Why are they here? Yeah, all that good stuff. So, okay. We have to do a cunning or agility test. I think we're going to do a cunning test with Angel, right? So, we need 2 5s. No bonuses. It says dangers, Nazis. No bonuses for either of these folks. We could just fight Nazis with Grant, but no, let's do this. Okay, we failed. We're going into a cliffhanger. Bummer. Okay, well, I'm going to pause for a moment because I need to let the gardener go by, and then I'll come back. Wow, this video has been greatly interrupted today, and I apologize for that. I hope that I did not make too many mistakes, but we did end with both Grant and Angel Espinosa falling into a cliffhanger and losing all of that Glory. We should have camped down. I just said I'd take a risk. We'd roll the dice, and the dice failed us. That said, however, we do have 3 current successes on the Mask of Osiris. So that may still be true. We'll have to find out if we can make it through the next part of the adventure. So that was actually the end of our adventure phase. So now we're going to go to our villain event phase. I'm going to pop over to the villain board. Every character has taken their turn and done what they're supposed to do. And that is the end of that. Now, one good thing we did do was get rid of the villain that was on the board there, Angelica, well, one of the villains on the board, rather. But there are some things that are going to happen. So let's go take a look. All right, so here we are at the villain's board. We're going to do the villain phase now. The first thing that we do in that phase is we're going to draw a villain event card, and that is right here on top. It says Dark Mastery. Oh, this is going to remain in play. This can't be good. This card plays on the table. While the villains have at least one artifact that is a death symbol artifact, anytime a hero rolls a 1 for movement, they immediately fight zombies outside of the normal turn sequence. Well, that's horrible. That means we are once. I guess we still get a event. We still get the event card. This is for movement. Yeah, I guess we still get the event card. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to put that on the board in a place where I won't forget it. And we're going to have to deal with zombies every time that we move along. Now, okay, next up, what happens is we're going to go to the outpost or Zeppelin step. And what that means for the outpost is we're going to make some rolls. So let's take a look at the Dark Sanctuary. And here it is. It says, as noted on the, okay, we're going to do this. Villain bonus. During the outpost step of the villain phase, roll a d6 for each Dark Sanctuary on the board. On a roll of 4, 5, or 6, place a Crimson Hand Acolyte figure on the artifact adventure with the lowest fortune value and no other acolytes there. If all artifact adventures are then we do that. But so let's go take that step with our we only have 1, so we're only going to roll 1 die. Here, we'll just roll it here and see what happens if I have to place one. We'll go take a look at it. We do not. Nice. That's the second time in a row. We've gotten very lucky. We do not place a acolyte on one of the locations. So we have been lucky there. But our luck is not going to hold out entirely. So the next thing that's going to happen is we're going to go to the villain adventure step. Angelica Hamilton was KO'd this turn, so she will move to the delayed status. So she's a couple turns away from getting back on the board. However, the Inquisitor is on the board. You can see he has a search of 5, and we're going to go take a look because he is probably going to gather the Dagger of the Golden Sun. He only needs 4 successes. We'll see if he can get those. Let's go to the board and roll the dice. All right, so here we are with the Inquisitor. We got 4. I'm sorry, I need 5 dice out for him. That's right, 5 dice. Let's see how many successes. Remember, on a 1, he will take a hit, a health damage. On a 4, 5, or 6, he will get a success on that adventure. So let's see what he can do there. Wow, that was great for us. He took 2 hits. Now he doesn't have any defense. He does have a lot of health though. However, we're just going to put these by him so we can see them on the board. He has taken 2 hits and only 1 success on the dagger of the golden sun, which is where he is at. We're getting very lucky with that part of the game so far. All right, and that is going to mark actually the last, to bring us to the last step of the turn, which is going to be our end phase. Now, what happens during the end phase part of the turn? We now have an artifact that we need to get put out onto the board, right? So let's take a look at that. We're going to go draw a new artifact and then find out where it is. So here are our 4 artifacts. We're going to draw first an adventure, and it is going to be of Hades, which says when you complete the adventure, you may take any 1 ally from the discard pile. You know what? We don't have any allies in the discard pile, but we have got to get a sidekick ally for Grant. I don't know if that's going to help us in this case. The next thing we do is we get the artifact deck out itself and we draw an artifact card. So this is going to be fun. We're going to have the Jar of Hades, and that is the Jar of Hades right there. You can see it does have that skull symbol on it, so we definitely don't want our villains getting to the jar. All right, so there we are, and let's move on now to placing that out on the board somewhere. We're going to go grab the marker that originally marked where it was in the British Isles, where Jake was, where he recovered the cup of the sacred stone, and we're going to place a new one out somewhere else. Okay, so here is the token that we're going to be moving to the new location, which is going to mark where the Jar of Hades is. We're going to see where that is. It is going to be in Japan, so quite a ways out. So we're going to move that all the way over. I think you can see it all. Yeah, you can. Good. We're going to move that over to here to Japan, and that is where the new location for that part of the for that artifact is. And that's pretty awesome. We're going to have to send somebody over there. I think Jake is probably going to go on and try to take the Mask of Osiris away from, no, not the Mask of Osiris, I'm sorry, the Dagger of the Golden Sun away from our villain there, who got hurt, and more hurt than he did in successes with the artifact there. Now, what's interesting is we still haven't had a temple come out yet. Temples are a completely different animal. I do like that. And next turn, we're going to get Jake into London so he can cash in some glory on the temple artifact that he stole from the ship. Relieved or reacquired from the ship to give to a museum or sell to a museum or whatever the case may be. I like to think that these heroes are trying to do good things with what they like. Indiana Jones, you know. But we'll see. Anyway, sorry for the disruption. I hope I didn't mess this up too badly, because I got interrupted multiple times during the filming of this, and not in good ways. So I think I caught everything. If I did make any mistakes, please let me know. I'm still kind of refamiliarizing myself. I need to keep glancing at the rules. It's been a while since I played, and even though I love this game, I know it's kind of fiddly, so I try to pay a little more attention. I hope I succeeded. Anyway, I will talk to you in the next episode as we have Angel Espinosa and Grant going for the Mask of Osiris, where they took out Angelica Hamilton and drove her away from the area. Knocked her out, actually. She had to be carried off back to their secret stronghold. We don't have any acolytes out. That's amazing. We're so lucky on that. And we do have a new artifact on the board. So the villains aren't doing well right now at all. We're doing better than the villains. That could turn at a moment's notice. We are at a cliffhanger, for example, so we could completely lose everything that we did there. And even though we did lose all that glory, we can still keep our successes and continue on with the Mask of Osiris and try and grab that one. It is a 5 fortune artifact, 6 fortune if we get it into the right city. So we're going to try to do that. Anyway, thanks again. I appreciate it. I will talk to you in the next episode. Take care and have a wonderful evening.